Hello guys, hi, happy Wednesday. It's Rachel Riva here, success coach, PR expert, and founder of Life on Her Terms. I hope you're going well. I just wanted to jump on here and share a few things about your purpose. Now, if you have followed me for any short time, you know I'm kind of obsessed with people getting to know what their purpose is and living it out, which for some people is no easy thing. And I just wanted to share with you 3 things that you must know about your purpose. And the reason I want to share these things is simply because, and say hello if you're watching, I'd love to see you even if you're on the replay, is because a lot of people go, oh, do what you love and follow your passion, and yes, I do agree with those things, but when it comes to your purpose, I think it's something very specific. And I also think there are things that you should know that aren't always talked about widely that you kind of discover along the way. And I know that's kind of how it's worked for me anyway. So I'm coming to you from my backyard. This is my courtyard in London. I do live in London. You usually see me just inside a white room or whatever. This is our backyard. It is summer, I am told. My London friends are always like, oh, you always talk about how bad summer is. And I'm like, oh, it's not always bad, but you know, anyway, so it's summer. But I do love London. I love living here. I love our courtyard. It's really cool. Honestly, I feel like royalty having a courtyard in London. Anyway, but that's besides the point. So I just wanted to quickly get into it and give you 3 must-knows about your purpose. And number 1, it will change over time. And what I mean by that is the purpose I have now, which is to serve people, you know, all over the world, is to help people discover their purpose and live life on their terms. That was not my purpose 5 years ago. You know, I was building a really successful career. I worked in television. I was working in Sydney. I worked on news programs. I really loved what I did and I felt really driven to do it. Now, so just because my purpose now is to be a coach and a writer and to help people transition doesn't mean that was always my purpose. And I believe there are things called, you know, I believe everyone has a big purpose, but I also believe you have a seasonal purpose. And by that I mean, if you're someone who, let's say, you're engaged or you just had a baby, you may be like, dude, what are you talking about my purpose? I'm a mom. I don't have time for this stuff. Well, for that season, maybe your big purpose is to be a mother. And not, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's more about acknowledging what your purpose is in that season and making it a priority and totally going for it and being at peace with that. You know, we live our lives in seasons. That's what I believe and that's my experience. So when I talk about a purpose, it doesn't have to be a big go on a, you know, mission trip or open up an orphanage. You know, not that those things is anything wrong with that, but if I speak to you about your purpose, I don't even think you have to have this big vision if it's not something that really compels to you or speaks to you. You know, your purpose could literally be, look, I just want to stay at home with my children and I want to earn an income and allow me to do that. Or it could be, you know, I'm, you know, fairly newly married, figuring all of that out. Or, you know, it could be I need to spend more time with my relatives or I want to write a book. It could be as big or small according to the world standards as you allow it to be. So don't get overwhelmed with this idea of, oh, I mean, I know I want to find out what my big thing is, but right now I just feel like all I can do is what I'm doing. That might be your purpose in that season. And if it is, that's okay. Embrace that. Be at peace with that. And I only say that because I know in my own experience, sometimes even if I knew I was meant to do something bigger, before the coaching thing showed up, and yet my life responsibilities where I was at, you know, I didn't feel like it was the right time for me. And really, my purpose in that season, I really should have just accepted it. And there is something about being at peace with the position that you're in and the season that you're in, because I honestly think that our big moments in life are, you only have a few of those. Most of it is you're waiting for something to happen, you're waiting for something to finish or for something to start. So if you can find a way to be at peace in those in-between seasons or in those seasons that may not feel like your big purpose but are getting you there, trust me, you will enjoy your life a lot more. So I just don't want anyone who's sitting there going, yeah, I know I want to write this book one day, or I want to take this degree, or I want to do my honors, or whatever it is, I want to travel the world. But if you don't feel like that timing is right for you, that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not going to come your way. It doesn't mean you don't have a big purpose. It doesn't mean that nothing, you know, that's not going to happen for you. It just means look at where you're at and really feel in your intuition, you know, where God is calling you in this season. And that is a really good question to ask. So that's number 1. is that it will change over time. And I honestly believe that. You know, my season right now, the season that I'm in, the purpose I'm in, is obviously, you know, coaching women all over the world. It's writing, it's getting my message out there, it's serving people, which really lights me up. But it's also being a wife and figuring those pieces out too. And, you know, I've got family all over the world. So there are things like that that are really important to me, but I know what my purpose is right now. And so I'm totally going for that. And I just want to encourage you to do the same. So that's number one. And number two, okay, I heard this, but when you start living it, it's totally different. It will stretch you, what have I written here? It will stretch you beyond your capabilities and your skills. Your purpose, your big purpose, will excite you and you'll love it, but there will be times when you will feel completely in over your head. And that's okay. I just wanted to kind of say that, I guess, to make me feel less alone, because I know when I started this journey, there were times when I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is crazy, Rachel. What are you doing? And let me tell you, it is not your real purpose if it doesn't make you uncomfortable. Now, if you don't like to be uncomfortable, then you're probably never going to discover or really go for your real purpose. I believe that everyone actually knows what it is. You just have to dig to discover it, or you have to kind of unlearn a few things. But that's coming up there. But what I want to say to you is literally just that it will feel almost impossible at times. It doesn't mean it is, but your big purpose, and you'll hear this from, you know, the Richard Bransons, the Oprahs. Sorry, you hear the cops obviously chasing someone. It's safe here. It really is. I'm actually in a really good area. But, you know, you'll hear from your icons, the people that you really admire and respect, that at times, you know, they would have thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I sign up to this? Oprah, when she started her own network, Richard Branson, when he started Virgin, you know, Gary Vee, all these people, right? You know, it could be Maya Angelou, whoever your people are. But I can guarantee they will say at some points, I thought, I don't know what I'm doing and why I've done this. It will absolutely stretch you. If it is your purpose, it will. It's meant to. That is part of the process. And I always say, sometimes when people have a big vision, you see the vision, but you don't always see the process. And that means the journey and all that kind of stuff. And I honestly believe that God might give us the promise, but not exactly the process. And that's where the learning comes in, which is always really fun. So that's number two, that your purpose will absolutely stretch you. And that's okay, because trust me, you're more capable than you think you are. And that is when the miraculous comes in, because you can't do it all by yourself. And once you get to that point, and I could keep going on, this could go into surrender in a lot of different places that I just don't have the time to. But the point is, that is when stuff happens. That is when miracles happen. That is when your big breakthroughs happen. It's exciting. So don't be overwhelmed when those moments come, because they inevitably will. Look, I look like a bit of I've got this angelic glow right now. I wish I could sell that anyway, or get that looking on me every day. But anyway, okay, and last but not least, it is bigger than you. I do not believe that you can follow your purpose and it not have an impact on just you. I just don't. And this has to do with your influence or your legacy. Now, it could be something as simple as, look, I just want to make enough money for my family. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, and I had parents who basically were, you know, working just to make sure that we had better lives, which was incredibly inspiring. So it can either be in the form of your legacy, influence, maybe it's policies you won't change, maybe you do want to help people who are doing it harder than you, or maybe it is people who are closer to you. Your purpose will always be bigger than you. It will always call for something bigger than just you and getting a bigger paycheck. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think money is wonderful. It gives us options. It gives us the opportunity to bless people. But trust me, your purpose will always be bigger than you. And if you don't think it is, you need to get really deep down on that why, because you're either not thinking about it or it's not really big enough for you. Okay, so those are my top 3 tips for you about purpose and things that I've certainly learned along the way as I've followed my own purpose. So number 1, it will change over time. You know, your purpose now might not be the same purpose in 5 years. It will absolutely stretch you beyond your capabilities. That's just a given. That's just the universal laws. And it is bigger than you. It has to be, in order for it to be something that will keep you going when things get a bit tough, okay? So those are the 3 things that I believe you must know about your purpose. Now, as a success coach, I work with people who want to discover their purpose, to connect with their passions, to get unstuck, and to live the life they are truly meant to live. Now, I have a special coming up. I've opened the doors to my Paycheck to Purpose program. It's a 90-day program. At the moment, it's one-to-one. You work with me one-on-one. Wherever you're at in the world, we can set that up. But I only have a limited number of spots available. At the moment, I have 6 spots. And after this, after the 15th of August, it will only be available as a group program. So this is your last opportunity to get to work with me with this program one-on-one. And what's involved is over 90 days, you get one-to-one accountability with me. We talk about your purpose. We get you clear on what you want to do and how to do it. It's really that simple. And I say simple because it is, but it's not easy. I know, because it's the same journey I had to go on. And what I don't want is for you to waste one more day living a life you were not meant to live. Now, how do you know if this is of interest to you? Are you in love with your life? No? Then you need to do this program. Do you love your career? No? Then you need to do this program. Are you happy in every part of your life? No? Then you should look into this program. So that's it for me. The doors close on the 15th of August. After that, it will be available as a group program, no longer one-on-one. My clients have had incredible results, and I cannot tell you, just from my own personal experience, working with a coach, you have no idea how much quicker your success can be fast-tracked when you've got someone you have to be accountable to on a weekly basis. I know this because I get my butt kicked, and sometimes I will kick my clients' butts if that's what's necessary. What I can guarantee you is support, accountability, and the know-how to get you where you need to be. So if that's of interest to you, if you're ready to go from just making a paycheck to actually living a life on your terms, discovering your purpose, and really going for it, I want you to put your email down below. I will send you the details, and also put in the link as well so you can have a look at the program and what it's offered and all the details of what's included. But the 15th of August is the deadline. I'd love to hear from you. So if you're interested, send me a DM or put your email address down and I'll send it to you myself. I would love to hear from you, and I promise you, I am here to serve you. I'm here to make sure not one other person does what I did, which was wasted a lot of time being unhappy, stressed, thinking I just can't wait till my next vacation. Oh, I just can't wait till I get married. Or I just can't wait till this because my life will be so much better. No, it won't be. It's for you to change. If you're not happy with your life, it's your responsibility to make that happen, to make that change. And I can guarantee you there's freedom on the other side. So that's all from me. I hope to hear from you soon. Much love. Bye.